Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are tuned in to Detroit Music Station. Obviously, you know that if you're tuned in. Listening online, thank you very much for that. It is the Pam Rossi Show, broadcasting from downtown Detroit in the beautiful Penobscot building. Love this building and love to be in here. And thank you so much for tuning in. This is my chance, another outlet for me to highlight the wonderful music in the Metro Detroit area. We have so much talent here in Metro Detroit. Of course, Motown, and just the list goes on and on of all the great artists from this area. So I like to dig in a little deeper and bring up local musicians to have them on my show. It's all about the music and the Southeast area musicians that are here. And today I have Mark Jewett sitting here with me. Hi, Mark.
Hello, Pam.
Which way am I looking here? Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Sure.
I'm honored and thrilled.
I've had you on my U Detroit show. That was a while ago. Was it?
It's been a while since I was there.
Okay. But that's behind us.
Okay.
Now we're on Detroit Music Station, so want to have you back. So how you been?
Been good. Life has given us all we can handle, and we still find time to write and play what we have to write and play.
That you have to? You mean that you want to?
Must.
Get it out of you
Once
and
you
share
start,
it.
It's hard to stop.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Which I love your story, and we may as well tell everybody and share everybody your story with the music. I mean, you're fairly new at this. It's still fairly new. 2000.
I'm probably the oldest newbie in the metro area.
The rookie.
Yeah.
You're the rookie. But then, if that really doesn't matter because of of what you can do with what you've got and the fact that you jumped into it. So, I want to share with everybody this this business of music. I mean, it's a crazy business, first of all. But you were not one to start early on. So it was your friends, I believe, some dear friends.
I got some pushing and prodding.
Pushing and prodding.
I've been involved in music a long, long time.
Right.
I started out as a trombone player in the 4th grade when my parents told me I couldn't play drums.
They're like, oh, we don't want to go there.
Yeah, I got the Beatles bug like everybody else did, and that was driving me toward guitar-based music. And when I was in high school, I bought my first bass, and I played bass in bands all the way through college, and then unintentionally put it all aside for almost 25 years.
Wow.
And
intentionally, or you just said, like,
no,
I'm done with this, or what?
Was raised in the family, and
life gets in the way.
I coached minor hockey for 10 years, and just didn't intend to do it, but it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And we had an old band reunion from one that I was in around 1980 over a Labor Day weekend. We just had a jam at a friend's house, and I remembered how much fun it was. So we started playing again. And
what's the name of this band?
That was Whitewater.
Whitewater, right? Okay. And
Whitewater actually made a record just before the big market crash in '08, and our lead guitarist was retired from his day job, and he had to go back to work, and the wheels fell off that project. But right around that same time, I was rediscovering some really good roots music in the area, Americana, specifically Grievous Angel.
Oh, yeah, our friend Billy. Billy Brandt.
Yes, and I used to go to the Southland Hotel, religiously on Thursday nights to listen to them play, and Billy encouraged me to come to a songwriter workshop that he was on staff for it. It was the first one of its kind in the Upper Peninsula, and I agreed to give it a try, and once I got there, I learned that there was an open mic for all the songwriters, and I was terrified because I'd never written a song, and I'd never performed alone.
Oh, okay.
And That's very, very different from playing bass in a group and singing harmonies.
Mm-hmm.
When you're alone in front of the mic, there's nowhere to hide.
Well, obviously, Billy and saw something there, to encourage you to do this. So, I mean, did you help with the writing? I mean, just kind of throw your ideas in with that, or something? He must have seen something somewhere.
He knew I had good taste in music because I kept coming back to see.
But there's a difference in having a good taste in music. I have a good taste in music, but I'm not a writer of music per se. So, I mean, there must have been something else there that clicked that encouraged
we had
you.
a lot of common interests and deep discussions about where music came from. And,
Okay.
And how American roots music has evolved. And I suppose over the years, in the back of my head somewhere, I had been trying to write. The joke is I started writing in probably 1978, but I didn't finish writing anything until about 2008.
But you finished.
I finally finished. Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a little longer for others than most, but that's okay. I mean, was it you just didn't feel confident in your writing, or it just wasn't coming to you?
I didn't. Everything seemed trivial and trite, and I'd write something down and cross it out and think no one wants to listen to that.
Your worst critic. You were your own worst critic.
Goes through that. I'm learning. And some prominent names still go through that. So I just have to get over it.
I mean, these people that come up with a hit or a great song, there's probably a half a dozen or dozen or more that are no good on on the other end of it. I mean, you can't expect every single one to be the best song. I mean, you do your best, obviously, but and it seems like you were having that well, this is no good, this is no good. You were probably a little more critical on yourself than you may need it to be.
Well, there are dramatically different approaches to writing, and the prevailing advice seems to be write a lot and don't worry if some of it's not good.
Right.
I tend to be a very heavy-handed editor, so a lot of things, I make slow progress normally, and a lot of things get shut down before completion just because I become interested in something else. And if I'm writing because I want to, why not follow what I want to write? But there was I wish I could remember who said it. They said the best way to write a good song is to write 1,000 bad ones first.
Oh yeah.
I'm not there yet. I think I'm in the 20s.
That's a lot. I mean, like in sales, they say 10 no's before you hit a yes, but 1,000 bad songs before you hit a good one?
That might have been hyperbole.
Okay, yeah. I would hope so. Boy, that'd be discouraging for anybody that was going to write a song. That's a lot of songs to bad ones, but I can't imagine you would write that many terrible ones before you get the hits.
I'm really encouraged because there's, you may know of Jay Steelstra. He's an excellent songwriter from the west side of the state. And he was on staff at this songwriter workshop a couple years ago, and he said, I'm a pretty slow writer. I'm not very prolific. I write about 3 a year. He says, but after 50 years or so, that tends to add up.
Yeah.
And he's been writing for over 50 years.
Oh, I didn't realize that long. Okay. Yeah. Well, you never know. All right. Tell you what, how about we just jump into a song after you get some water there. I want you to be able to sing.
Sure. It's a fine-looking coffee mug.
You like that? The Pam Rossi Show mug? It's better than a bottle of somebody's product on my table. So anyway, what do you got for us, Mark?
Well, it's a song inspired by my hometown, Plymouth, Michigan.
Plymouth, great town.
The fact that there are railroad tracks running every which way.
That's the only bad thing about Plymouth. You get stuck, and it's like no matter which way you go, that same train will catch you at 5 different intersections.
Exactly, especially on the way to taking kids to school, you'll catch it at least twice. But the idea of the song was born waiting at that railroad crossing, and I was struck by the enormity and force of the train that was crossing, and it evolved from there. It's called Far Away from This Town.
All right, Mark, do it.
There's a railroad that runs right through the middle of my town. And when the train is coming, the whistle blows and the gates come down. And as it passes through, I close my eyes and listen to the rhythm of the rails when the gates come down. You couldn't stop it if you wanted to. Trains keep rolling, that's what trains do. And I don't know exactly where it goes. Far from my town, I suppose. Far away from this town. From this town. When the stars come out at night and cast their starry light on my town, I look up at the sky and watch for stars falling down. And when I see one cross the sky, I don't need a reason why. I just watch and make a wish when it shoots across the sky. You couldn't stop it if you wanted to. Stars will fall, that's what stars do. And I don't know exactly where they go. Far away from here, I know. Far away from this town. From this town. And on a cold winter night, when everything is white in my town, and all the streets are quiet, and there's no one else around, as the snow floats down, I listen for the sound that it makes when it settles on the ground. You couldn't stop it if you wanted to. The snow will fall, that's what snowflakes do. And I don't know exactly where they go when they melt into the earth below. Maybe to the streams that flow far from this town. There's a railroad that runs right through the middle of my town. And when the train is coming, the whistle blows and the gates come down. Thank you.
You have a nice mellow voice. Sounds good. Sounds good. So this was inspired waiting for the train in Plymouth. All it takes is just one thing, right?
That's where it started.
Yeah.
And that one just kind of took off in some random directions, but it seemed to work.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing about writing. I mean, how long did it take you to finish? This wasn't one of those that was started way back when you were...
I think I got a really good start on it in the first day or two, and then I probably edited heavily for a couple of months afterwards.
Yeah. It's not like you're going to just jot everything down before the
gates
go up again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there were some dead ends. Yeah, dead ends and U-turns.
Yeah. Nice song. Now, is that on your EP?
It's going to be on my new CD.
Oh, you're doing a new CD?
A new CD will be... It must be done in October.
Must be?
I have dates pinned on.
Sometimes you have to do that. You have to give yourself a deadline, or else it doesn't happen.
That's exactly what I did.
Okay, well that's good. So that's kind of a new song for everybody. So you have just the one EP, which came out in 2011?
Late 2011.
11? Okay. EP, was it 5 songs or something on there?
Yep, 4.
And that was kind of the start of when, you know, people encouraging you to start doing your own music. And
it was really a test to see if I could do this.
well, you passed the test, I think.
Yeah, and also a very educational process. Recording a record is like being under a microscope, and you learn things about yourself that you probably would never discover otherwise.
Through the recording?
Yeah, just through, you know, what kind of a performer you are. And,
oh, okay.
I think one of the secrets to being a performer that a lot of people listen to is removing things from your performance that don't need to be there, the clutter and the extra.
Like what? What do you mean?
Well, singer-songwriters have a syndrome where they're playing alone a lot, so they're just playing a lot of rhythm. And once you get into a band context, that's no longer necessary, and it gets in the way sometimes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because you have other musicians that'll take care of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you had several friends on there.
I was very, very fortunate to have some of the best professionals in Michigan working on my record. My good friend Nolan Mendenhall was a producer and bass player. He's won multiple Detroit Music Awards as Producer of the Year and as instrumentalist, as a bass player.
Who was also in Grievous Angel.
He was in Grievous Angel,
Billy,
right? Yeah. And Annie and Rod Capps played on that record with me. Roscoe, also from Grievous Angel, played some guitar parts, and Jerome Day on drums on that one.
Do you not know Jerome?
You do not know Jerome? I think
I've not
he's
met
working
him.
with Mitch Ryder a lot these days.
Okay. Well, the other people I've worked, had on the shows and different things, so I know all of them. Well, good. Yeah, and that helps when you've got such great musicians with you. I mean, that probably brings out, more of what you can do and inspires you a little more. I would think brings out the best in you when you have, great backups like those people.
It does, and I can't overstate the value of a good producer that turns songs into arrangements, into recordings. And I've actually known Nolan since about 1979.
Oh, okay.
We just didn't see each other for about 30 years. and we're absolutely on the same page as far as the kind of music we like, and our philosophy toward recording, at least in these projects, not trying to presume too much rigid structure going in, but lay down a framework and let some things, hire some really good people that you trust and let some good things happen.
Yeah.
And they will happen.
I would imagine, you just kind of, you have a specific, we're doing this song, or whatever, and it's up to the producer to put them in the order that will work best, too. That's an art in itself, from what I understand, what you put. And you only had 4 songs, so it wasn't as challenging as a 15, full-length CD or something, I would think.
Right. But it's more challenging to go
more
full
challenging?
length, to go full length.
Oh, absolutely,
Sure.
yes, yeah. But then you get someone like Nolan who knows what the heck he's doing when it comes to producing, and makes it a lot easier. So, yeah, and like I said, it would make sense that you've got these great people backing you up. And did you, when you were doing this, experiencing this, did you find that things happened that you're like, wow, I didn't know I could do that, or wow, I didn't expect that, or did that happen a lot?
Absolutely. There's a lot of magic that goes on behind the console at recording too, and Roscoe is at least as good an engineer as he is a guitarist, and you know how good a guitarist
he's very
is.
good. Yes,
he
knows his stuff.
He's very good with the engineering part of it, and I've been lucky again to have good people on the new project too. The same core, except Todd Glass is playing drums on this one, and Drew Howard is playing some pedal steel and dobro.
He knows what he's doing with that instrument too.
And Rochelle Clark from the Potter's Field has
yeah.
sung some harmonies with me too.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting. Yeah.
And it helps that they're all good friends too.
Yeah, great group of people. So that it sounds like you've got quite the lineup ready to go. So October, why did you say October? Was there something specific or meaningful with that?
I wanted to get it done this year.
Why didn't you
I'm not getting
say
any
August?
younger. Well, originally I said April.
Oh.
I have a significant birthday coming up in April, and I wanted to have it done by then. But,
Oh, okay.
I just saw that it was unrealistic and moved it to October.
Okay. Well, at least this year. So, now are you still writing for that, or is everything pretty much ready to go?
I think I am. I've got 4 songs, 2 complete, 2 very near complete, 5 more ready to go, and I just wrote a 6th one a couple weeks ago. But it's a little similar to one of the earlier ones, so I don't know if it'll make the cut. And I'll keep writing, and if something better happens to emerge, then why not?
Yeah. Well, it's nice if you can have enough, more than enough, so you can pick and choose the best ones, and to make it a whole package and sound good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. And is Nolan producing again?
He is.
Okay. Well, it's going to be good. Well, with
Yes.
that whole lineup, it's going to be good.
I'm thrilled with the results so far.
Okay. Title yet or no?
Oh, well, the working title is Better Late Than Never.
Kind of fits it.
I started out, I thought maybe Better Latent Than Never, but Bill Maher already has a comedy DVD by that name.
Oh.
So
Yeah, you don't need lawyers knocking at your door for those kinds of things.
I don't think I'm a threat to Bill Maher.
I like this. I was just kind of perusing the Facebook. On your page, you have this favorite quote from Warren Zevon. Enjoy every sandwich. First of all, I didn't know Warren said that. I mean, is that from a song?
That's actually from maybe the most poignant TV interview I've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
Warren is one of my songwriting heroes, and
he doesn't get enough credit for his songwriting. He's got some amazing songs, not just "Werewolf in London" and
exactly
lawyers, guns, and lawyers,
guns, and money.
Money. Thank you. Yeah, he's really.
He wrote a lot. He's much deeper than a lot of people know about if all they've heard is werewolves in London.
Yeah.
And I really relate to his dark sense of humor.
Okay.
And as far as I know, he's the only guest that was the only guest on David Letterman's show for the entire show. And it was not long after he discovered he had terminal cancer. And they talked about it on the show. And Warren said something to the effect, well, Dave asked him if he learned anything from this experience, and he said he probably made a tactical error by not seeing his physician for 20 years. But he said if I had one piece of advice for everybody, it would be to enjoy every sandwich. So
basically, enjoy the moment,
exactly. So.
Yeah, it's a shame was that 11? No. Oh gosh, I forget now the timing.
It was too early.
Yeah.
Too early.
It's a shame.
He still had work to do. Very interesting man.
Well, yeah, I just saw that on there. It was interesting. So it makes a lot of sense.
He took piano lessons from Igor Stravinsky, who babysat for him. He spent a lot of time with Hunter S. Thompson, which had to be wild time, and he knew how to live.
Do you said he's kind of an inspiration for your writing?
Absolutely. I cover some of his songs too.
Okay.
And,
do you is that the kind of songs that, like, if you're really stuck, just listen to something of his and get you in in another groove of writing?
Listening to other music is the best thing to get me moving anywhere. And in fact, I find some of my most productive times are when I've come home and I've just finished listening to live music. There's something about being relaxed, I think, helps ideas to flow, but rhythms and grooves and chord changes get in your head subliminally, and they morph and they turn into something else. I don't know, it's awful hard to create anything new, but if you can remodel something that's pleasing.
On that note, I wish I can remember who said it, and this was I heard years ago, that whatever interview, and I apologize, I don't know who it was, but they were saying that, and it was just a few years ago, they were saying music has not even touched the surface of where it can go as far as writing and you know, the chords and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, really? It's been around for, you know, forever, and you would say something like that. I thought that was very interesting that you felt like that.
On paper, the possibilities are nearly infinite.
Yeah.
It just turns out that a lot of the combinations just aren't pleasing to the ear or the brain. So yes, there are infinite possibilities, but they're not all things that we want to listen to every day. So.
Someone might want to listen to,
Maybe.
know, you never know.
And we listen to, you know, the Western music paradigm, you know, Eastern music and Indian music based on different scales and quarter tones and microtones. Just it opens more possibilities.
Oh, okay.
The Beatles discovered that a long time ago.
Well, see, that makes a good point. They discovered that, and then they went that direction, and look how big they became. So maybe It's a good thing that people do want to hear those things, Mark.
It's present in a lot of their music.
Yeah. I can't imagine that, you know, unless it's out of key, that no one would really want to listen. I mean, if someone's really into the music and you go off on this left field, and someone might say, wow, that's really cool and interesting. Let's play with that, you know, go with that. So I don't know. I'm not a musician, you know, but...
Even bits that are out of key are fair game. I saw the quote attributed to Sonny Rollins, but if he's the one that said it, if you make a mistake, do it 3 times. That way they think you meant it.
Ah.
In jazz improv.
Right.
So.
Oh, jazz. Well, that's a whole nother... That explains a lot with jazz. All right. Well, that was... all right, so this the EP that you had is available on where?
Oh, well,
in case people want to...
Not so much in stores, but on iTunes, Google Play,
okay.
Spotify, CD Baby.
Okay, you got it covered. So if someone wants to, you know, check out your early writings until this coming October, when the new stuff will be out, and you can get it. Good. It's always good to people can still get that kind of stuff. So, all right. How about we hear another song?
Okay.
Okay.
I think I can remember another one.
Oh, good.
More water, though.
More water. So is this something going to be also on the new CD?
Yes.
Cool.
This is a new one, and this particular one, the seed for this song was born at that songwriting workshop I keep talking about in the Upper Peninsula.
They don't do that still, do they?
It's annual. This will be the 9th annual this summer in June.
Okay.
And I submitted this particular one to American Songwriting Magazine for a lyric contest, and it received honorable mention.
Oh, very good.
Last year. So.
That's got to be encouraging for you.
It is encouraging. It's called Cheap Mascara. I was young, it was long ago, when I first met her. And the way we got along when she was sober made it hard to forget her. She was one of 7 kids, with a little angel of her own. Me, I could not foresee the depths of the unknown. Well, her old man was crazy, crazy and mean to the bone. Her mama, so innocent and sweet, didn't like to be alone. They would fight, it seemed like every night. And he would scream, my God, how he would scream. But Mama only cried for everybody else, it seemed. And every time I tried to bring her closer, my efforts were in vain. And she would run like cheap mascara in the rain. She married once when she was way too young. We all make mistakes. Yeah, love is blind, and in that blindness, that's one that anyone could make. She tried so hard and didn't ask for much. In return, he gave her even less. And that was the end of any innocence she had left, I guess. And every time I tried to bring her closer, my efforts were in vain. And she would run like cheap mascara in the rain. If that's the only kind of life she knew, then I might understand how fear of living in that kind of hell became distrust for any man. Her words were sometimes profound, and her words were sometimes profane, but in the end, there were no words at all, only memories remained. And every time I tried to bring her closer, my efforts were in vain. And she would run like cheap mascara in the rain. Yeah, she would run like cheap mascara in the rain.
Nice. Cheap mascara.
Yes.
I like that.
In the rain. I'm told that expensive mascara also runs in the rain. Technicality.
Technicality, yes. It all runs unless it's waterproof. So, and that one you said will be on the new.
That one, yep.
The new
In
CD.
fact, that one and a song called "Shovel Full of Justice" are available as singles also on iTunes and
Okay.
Spotify and Google Play, etc.
Teasing people, you know, kind of what's to come.
It's really just to prove that I'm really working on something.
What, are people questioning that?
No, but it's customary to nag people that
Oh.
are working on records.
okay.
I think so.
Well, it's pre-promotion, I guess,
Mhm.
right? You
Yeah.
need to do that as a musician, you know.
Sure.
Especially, you have to promote it all yourself. You know, that's the only thing about musicians. You know, it's not like it used to be.
And
they-
it actually provides some sense of accomplishment. Like, okay, I've done something. I have 2 of them done and mastered. So.
Well, good. All right, Mark, it is time for the Pam exam.
Oh gosh, I didn't study.
No, don't need to study. Quick question, just off the top of your head.
Uh-oh.
All right, what was the first record that you bought?
Black Sabbath, Paranoid.
Ooh, rocker.
The second one I bought was Monkey's Headquarters.
Oh, wow. Phew.
Yeah. Those are my tastes in music all over the board.
I like the Monkees. I like Black Sabbath. So much. My sister's a flight attendant, and she ran it. She was on a flight, and it was late, and she saw Ozzy on his fingers. He's got that tattooed, and so she said hi, and and the son was with him, and she asked him about the tour, whatever, and the son goes, "It's a long tour," But they're wrapping up, so good thing you have that. You've seen him in live, probably.
Many years ago.
Okay.
Many years ago.
Okay. Your younger days.
Younger days.
Yes. We all did those kind of concerts in our younger days. Which, speaking of, what was the first concert you attended?
Chicago.
Oh.
Being a horn player, that was
that
was a big one.
You probably appreciate that a little more in the horn section.
I still like music with horns in it.
Do you play the horns anymore and the trombone anymore?
I still own a trombone from high school, but I'm not even sure if the slide moves anymore. It's been in my garage for so many years.
Oh, you should pull that out. Maybe on this new album, do a little something in one of the songs with you playing trombone. Wouldn't that be cool?
As long as it wasn't too fancy, maybe a cover of Dylan's "Rainy Day Women" or something.
Something. That'd be cool, though. I mean, like you said, you don't know if it still works or not, but
I could give it a shot.
Do you think if you picked it up, you would know? It would all come back naturally, I would imagine. Is it like riding a bike? I don't know. No.
I don't know.
Well, time to find out.
We'd have to run the experiment to find out.
That would be interesting, though. That would be interesting.
I could find some notes, I'm sure. But I don't think I could get to all the notes I used to get to.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a shame it's just sitting in your garage there, Mark.
I know.
All right, so Chicago. Good ones to see. Oh, good. All right. What is your favorite non-music pastime? Deep thought.
I have so many.
Oh, okay.
I'm still a big hockey fan.
You said you coached it.
I coached for 10 years. I played for many years when I was younger.
Okay.
My son still plays. It's kind of in the family.
Okay. So you attend a lot of the Red Wings games, or do you go stick with the minors?
Well, I used to go to more Red Wing games, but now I try to stay home and write and things like that when I can. And
well, you get out once in a while.
There's the DVR, so you can do it whenever you want.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's keep our fingers crossed for the Wings. We'd hate to have them lose that streak this year. Make it to the playoffs. So, what was your position when you played? Did you?
As a hockey player?
Yeah.
Primarily a center, but I played all the positions at one time or another.
Okay. Fun. All right.
And I have all my teeth. I almost didn't. About 5 of them were loosened up when I was about 15. But
5? Wow, you must have got hit hard.
It was a swinging stick.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it just hurts. Ow. Well, good thing. They probably... Didn't you have a mouth guard or something?
I did. It was an external mouth guard at the time, back then.
Yeah.
And the stick pushed the mouth guard out of the way. And
owie. Okay. Mark.
But I finished the game.
Your most memorable music moment?
Oh, gosh. There have been many of those, some concerts that have been fabulous, but I suppose that there are 3 of them that are up there as meeting songwriting heroes. I met J.D. Souther at a show in Ferndale at the Magic Bag. Met Kathleen Edwards at one of her shows at the Majestic the Majestic Theater, and Elizabeth Cook at the State Theater in Ann Arbor.
Elizabeth Cook, who's that?
She's a deep south, down in Florida, country songwriter. She got a program on XM Outlaw Country Radio.
Okay. Not familiar with hers. Well, country. I don't know a lot of the country part of it.
She's spicy.
Spicy. Ooh, she's spicy. Okay.
salty, spicy.
I didn't expect that out of you. Okay.
She knows words and she's not afraid to use them. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. I like that. All right. Now, is there any one person that you would love to collaborate with, and they could be dead or alive at this point, that you've never collaborated with? Who would that be?
Actually, Kathleen Edwards.
Okay.
She's one of my favorite songwriters, and her stuff resonates with me, and I would like that opportunity.
Okay. She's still around, right?
Yeah. Well, she's taken a break from music.
Okay.
She opened a coffee shop in Stittsville, Ontario, called Quitters, appropriately.
Okay.
She may or may not come back to the business. She doesn't
Time for
know.
you to go visit a coffee shop.
It's a bit of a drive. It's near Ottawa.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. Road trip.
Yeah, I actually would like to visit.
Take your guitar. Yeah. Especially if you've met, I mean, would she know who you were if you?
No.
No.
I don't think so. I do have a photo proving that we met, but.
Well, sometimes.
She's met thousands.
I was going to say, sometimes, I mean, I've meet someone, they go, I met you back in, and in radio for all my career. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But no, that'd be fun. All right, well, good. If you were a spice, what would it be?
Ooh, is coffee a spice? Not really.
No.
Boy, just a pure spice. I don't know. I like Cholula sauce, but that's not really a spice.
So you're going with the spicy again?
Yeah.
You like spicy?
Everything bold. I like dark, bold black coffee. I like spicy food, and if you're gonna do it good.
Don't be wimpy when it comes to your
it.
coffee and your food and everything.
That's
right? Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Need a bite. All right. Do you have a guilty pleasure?
I like chocolate. Chocolate and dark coffee. Those are really go-to pleasures. That are good anytime.
Can't go wrong.
No, as long as you don't have to sleep.
All right, the Pam exam. Thanks, Mark, for
Sure.
indulging me and with some little basic questions. Just get a little more insight into the musicians. I mean, it's not all about the music. There's other things. So, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Some musicians may not agree with me, but in any case. All right, I would love to have another song if you are up for another song.
Well, we may have inadvertently set up a segue. So we were talking about coffee.
Yeah.
And I have a song about coffee mugs.
Okay. Well, we got our mugs.
Beautiful mugs.
Glad you like it. And is it called Coffee Mugs?
I don't want to give away the title.
Oh, all right. Well, then.
It appears.
Okay.
No.
Well, I was going to ask you more about the song, but maybe we should just let it speak for itself.
It's based on a true story.
Ah, okay. That was Ray who just walked by, if you saw him.
Hello again, Ray.
Fixing
you,
the
Ray.
mic.
And this one will be on the new record. It's just not recorded yet.
Okay.
But I'll tell you. It's called The Broken Favorite Coffee Mug Blues.
Oh, that'll cause some blues.
Yep, it will. Well, everybody's got one, you know they do. And if you're lucky, you might have two. It don't matter what it looks like, it's the one you like the most. It's the perfect companion to your morning eggs and toast. It might be a gift from a friend or your spouse, might be the ugliest mug in the house, but once it was new and fully intact, till somebody knocked it over and now the handle is cracked. Now I've got the blues, the broken favorite coffee mug blues. Yeah, I've got the blues, the broken favorite coffee mug blues. I might have 11 others, but that's the only one I use. It can happen so easy, there's a knock at the door. You turn around too fast and it crashes to the floor. Now it's smashed to smithereens, completely shattered. I wouldn't care about the others, but that's the only one that mattered. Now I've got the blues, the broken favorite coffee mug blues. Yeah, I've got the blues, the broken favorite coffee mug blues. I might have 11 others, but that's the only one I use. Accidents happen, there's no doubt, and a chip on the lip ain't no reason to pout. Just handle this one with care, please don't break it. 'Cause without my favorite coffee mug, I don't know if I can make it. 'Cause that would give me the blues, the broken favorite coffee mug blues. And I don't want the blues, the broken favorite coffee mug blues. I might have 11 others, but that's the only one I use. Yeah, I don't want the blues, the broken coffee mug blues. I don't want the blues, the broken favorite coffee mug blues. I might have 11 others, but that's the only one, the only one I use.
I like it. Was that written from experience?
Actually, it was written about a friend's experience. I was browsing Facebook one night, and a friend, Dee Carpenter, you may know.
Mm-hmm.
Dee,
Oh, yes, Dee.
was lamenting that her favorite coffee mug was broken. And I immediately went, I know what that's like. I thought, I know what that's like. So I started writing about it.
You never know where an inspiration comes from.
You never know.
Someone else's Facebook post. Amazing. Oh, that was cute. I like that one. And this will be on the new CD.
It will.
Good. Good. You said it wasn't ready to go? Is there...
That particular one, John Latini is going to record with me, and we've been waiting for schedules to line up so we can do that. But
Jonesy.
It's queued up.
Yeah. Oh,
Jonesy.
Good. Good. Another great musician from this area.
Yes, he is.
You're gonna have some...
A huge personality.
Oh, he's funny too. He's funny. Yeah. I gotta get him on the show. Jonesy, if you're watching, get you on here next. Well, good. Well, I'm looking forward to this new CD. The three that you played here, great songwriting.
This one's going to be kind of another diverse variety of things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I know who I am yet.
Really? Why do you say that?
Well, songwriting styles tend to gravitate in a direction, but I seem to be going in a lot of directions.
Nothing wrong with that. It's why pigeonhole yourself?
I'm not uncomfortable, but it does create a challenge when someone, especially when you're booking, and they say, "What is your music like?" Well, it's
singer-songwriter.
like a lot of things. Yeah, that's usually where I go.
Yeah,
yes.
It's safe. It's a safe one. It's not like your folk Americana as much. If you say singer-songwriter, you've covered it all. I think
that's pretty safe.
Yeah, that's safe. Someone's going to say, "Oh God, we don't want to book a singer-songwriter." No, they're not going to say that. If they do, they don't know what they're talking about. So, are you trying to do live gigs? Do you do any live gigs?
I do mostly solo gigs. I've been in some duos and collaborating for an evening here and there. But I would like to do some more ensemble or band gigs. I really enjoy the songwriters on the round kind of thing, where there's 3 or 4. And
you're not all by yourself.
You're not all by yourself, and some
rely on
people can
others.
jump in and accompany, and I like that.
Do you still have this thing about doing it all by yourself, and you're the main event, and spotlight on you? Is that
not so much anymore?
Okay, good.
It takes me 2 or 3 songs to physically get jitters out of my fingers.
Oh.
But we played 2 or 3, so now they're gone.
So now you're good. Now we only have a few more minutes left.
No, I enjoy open mics because it's a chance to try out some new things maybe before I'm done editing. Use early final versions. I have a first final and a last final version, but they really are my worst nightmare because it takes 2 or 3 songs to warm up, and that's all you get usually. Is
there something like before you go on, you play 2 or 3 songs, so then you're good? Or
if you have the opportunity to do that's good. Any venue with a green room or anything like that where you can sing and play a little bit. But I envy the musicians that can just pull an instrument out of a case cold and just play what sounds like their best.
That comes from experience.
It does.
Which you started later. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because you had the band, but as a solo artist, you started later. So
I didn't start seriously playing acoustic guitar until about 8 years ago.
Yeah. So you'll get there. I have confidence you'll get there, Mark.
I appreciate your confidence.
Well, you've got great songwriting. I mean, the 3 we heard today, they're great. The songwriting is great.
Thank you.
You got a nice voice, nice and, it's smooth and it works.
That means a lot to me because that was my biggest area of insecurity going into this.
The singing?
The singing. Yeah.
Really? Did you ever take vocal lessons or anything?
I did. I've had vocal lessons twice in my life, 2 periods, from some very good vocal coaches. A gentleman named Ray Taylor. I'm not sure if Ray is still with us, but he coached Sean Murphy.
From Little Feat.
Maybe you've heard of Barbara Streisand. He was Barbara's coach in New York for a while.
Wow.
And he was great. It was geographically awkward because I lived in Farmington and he lived in East Detroit. And
wow, to have that as a coach. Wow.
Yeah.
He must have really, I would assume he really helped you. Well, you sound good, so obviously.
Well, he did. I was strictly in a harmony singing role at that point. Usually the band Whitewater I was in, we did a lot of like Eagles and Poco's covers and things like that. And I was always those high parts up there. And it's a different style.
So now it's almost like you need a different coach if you still feel you need it. I don't think so, but maybe someone that will coach you as a solo artist so that you carry the whole melody.
I'm always seeking advice.
Yeah.
And the professionals in this community have been very, I'm blown away by how welcoming and helpful they are. Teaching me to really step into the mic and dig in a little deeper when I need to. I tend to sing softly. That's just my natural tendency.
Maybe, we saw Ray come in and move the mic. Well, of course, that was for your guitar, but I don't know.
It works with the right kind of miking and everything, but I've been told that my own guitar can drown out my voice acoustically. So
yeah, you were mellowed, but it worked for right now for what we were doing. But yeah, need to belt it out.
On occasion, yeah, that comes out.
Okay, no, you've got a great voice, so.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Just need to pull it out of you, Mark.
I've at least learned to say thank you and accept that and not beat myself up as much as I used to.
Good. Well, that's good. We need to get you to do more live things and help you come out of the shell a little more. It's not like you're totally in a shell at this point, but
well,
more confident.
I had unspecific plans to gig more often this year and maybe do some stuff with the band, but I have a pretty full plate with the recording project, so
yeah.
I'll pick up what I can between now and October. October 14th will be the CD release event at the Black Crystal Cafe in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, great place. Okay.
Private Music Network. Okay,
October 14th. And anybody that wants information about the CD and all that stuff coming up is on your Facebook, correct?
It is, and if I ever get back to it substantially, a website as well.
Oh.
I know I need that.
Wait. If? Come on, you're doing a full-length CD.
Yeah.
Forget this if, Mark.
Yes.
When?
I may need to enlist some help to get it done in that time frame.
I don't mean to push you, I'm sorry, but it's like...
No, please do.
You need to, don't be this if stuff. Come on, get rid of that crap, come on. Be more confident is what I'm saying, so. hey, you came on the show and played 3 songs, you're sitting here and talking to me for an hour, so
It's been
just
fun.
like that. It's easy.
It's been fantastic. Has it been an hour already?
Almost, yeah.
Just about.
We're about ready to wrap it up here, so I just
Time
want to make sure
flies.
people know where to get the information. So October 14th is the big release day, and it's Sweet Crystal.
Black Crystal.
Black Crystal, thank you.
Right, yeah.
Sweet Crystal is the band.
That was a band.
The band. Mark Speck, yeah. I just had that on my head. There's he just posted this morning. He's got another couple DMAs that were nominated for. So Black Crystal Cafe in Ann Arbor. Where's that at?
It's a private music venue.
Oh, private. Oh.
And you can learn more about it if you visit privatemusicnetwork.com.
Okay. Okay. But can anybody come to this release party?
If you're on the network mailing list, you can buy tickets.
Okay.
And it's easy to get on that list.
Okay, good. Well, we want to fill the room.
Well, I'd also like to do a couple follow-on dates as long as we're going to rehearse the band for that and I'd get some mileage out of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can't just do one little thing. As I'm finding out with my book, we're trying to do the east side, the west side, downriver, and get it out there so people get to know.
I'm really looking forward to playing live with those guys too.
Yeah, that'll be good. So will everybody that you mentioned earlier, Nolan and Roscoe and Todd and
that is
Michelle.
the plan. Everyone has blocked out the dates.
Okay, good.
And that's part of the reason that it's in October, because some of these folks are in such high demand for summer festival season.
That's what I was starting to say, is there's a lot of summer festivals. Maybe you should try and get into some of those too.
I may still try. I know March is kind of the busy period for booking those things, and we have
like 2 days.
2 days left.
Uh-oh. Oh, we know what you're going to do today, right?
I'll be looking for opening slots and things like that are easier to jump on. And some of those things present themselves, as the year goes on.
Okay. Well, good. Well, good luck with that. And whatever I'm sorry if I'm being a little pushy here, getting you to do you something. It's like I'm his publicist or something here.
I don't mind at all.
Well, good stuff. I'm looking forward to this CD. The 3 we've heard, sounded great. I loved your songwriting. So.
Thank you.
I
love your show.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. So, so good. Facebook is the best place to find this guy and get more details. And of course, go to the Black Crystal Cafe and get up for their mailing list, so you'll know you'll get the details when that comes around. How many does it seat in that place? A lot or just a little tiny? I've not been in there.
They like to keep it around 50.
Okay, 50's a good number. Okay, all right. Sounds good. Thank you, Mark Jewett. Appreciate you coming in. And again, this is Detroit Music Station. If you are a band or a musician, whatever, and you have a video, please go to DetroitMusicStation.com. There is a form on there that you can download or at least send us your videos so we can put those on there, because this whole station is about video, and the videos will constantly stream, so you want to make sure you get yours in there. I know you don't have one yet. Forthcoming maybe, but that's the thing to do. So make sure you get your videos to us here at DetroitMusicStation.com. Oh my gosh, I forgot to see who was my next guest. Maybe Gia Warner. I know she's coming up, so it might be next week. I have to look. I will post that on my Facebook too and let you all know. So thank you so much for tuning in. Do appreciate that. And Detroit Music Station, I'm Pam Rossi. Have a great week.